the corner of 6th and Limestone, you find amongst the flurry of traffic and passerbyers the red building belonging to Heidi Hayes, Teddy Ray, and Joe Ross, called North Lime Coffee and Donuts. Opened in September of 2012, this local coffee shop is known for its unique blend of coffee and exotic flavor of fresh donuts. Upon entering through the swinging door, the smell of fresh donuts hits you as you notice the homey and cozy atmosphere. We sat down with owner Joe Ross to discuss more about his fairly new business.
I'd always wanted to open a coffee shop, and so I, like when I was in college, actually I wrote a business plan
That's so cool.
and never came to fruition. And then I guess it was not this past February 2012. I met with the other two owners of Teddy and Heidi. And we actually met at Common Grounds upstairs at Common Grounds. We felt like we were having some sort of outlawed conversation. But yeah, so we went up there and we just kind of talked about maybe opening a shop here in town and what that would entail. Heidi is like this excellent cake maker. She like makes these crazy, amazing cakes. So their idea is they kind of wanted to do like a coffee shop bakery. And then something I had noticed actually when I worked at Starbucks was there were a lot of times there were people pulling through the drive-thru, and they would always have pastries from somewhere else. Like so they get like coffee at Starbucks, which has great coffee.
That's what I always do.
Yeah, and then they'll go get pastries somewhere else. So I always felt like Lexington didn't have a ton of donut shops, especially ones that were open later. So I thought if we could come up with like an awesome donut, have like more like an artisan style donut paired with local coffee that was more freshly roasted than Starbucks was, that we might have like a good winning combination, kind of like the best of both worlds at one place.
Awesome.
So yeah.
North Lime receives all of its coffee from Nate's Coffee, located in Lexington. Nate Polly, the owner, and Joe Ross are longtime friends and associates.
He's a good friend of mine. We both had the same idea. Like we majored in totally different things. My degree's in hospital administration, and I can't remember what his is in, but we both had a passion for coffee. So he went to Starbucks to kind of learn about that. So did I.
That's why, you both worked at Starbucks?
Yeah, that's why. We both worked there to kind of learn the business.
It's a great starting point.
Yeah, they're a great company. So yeah, we both went there and kind of learned the business. And then I left for a little while and was a mortgage broker for Fifth Third Bank. So that's kind of how it started, I guess. Yeah.
I come here because the coffee is much better than anything I've ever had at Starbucks.
Brewed from Nate's coffee beans, North Lime offers a wide variety of coffee drinks to its customers.
It's kind of limitless when you get into what like combinations you can do.
Yeah.
Because we can really, with an espresso machine and with an espresso machine that can do the infusions of raw sugar into it as well, you can kind of really do anything from what you would consider like just a plain high-end coffee shop that just does espresso drinks down to like what Starbucks does on a regular basis. We have a little bit more syrup variety, so if you want to mix that up, you can do that with the espresso drinks. And then we can do like Cubano shots on the I'm probably speaking weird languages, but yeah.
Sam, what did you get? It's a latte with like a shot of English coffee espresso in it. It's really good.
Donuts.
We've made donuts that customers have suggested. We've made donuts that our employees have come up with.
Oh, that's cool.
So yeah, it's kind of limitless. The plain glaze by far is the most popular seller, but the one that like people get the most excited about is the maple bacon donut.
What?
Yeah, it's like it's a cake donut with maple icing and then a strip of bacon on top, and it's phenomenal.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna have to try
that's
that.
when I usually make a post on Facebook and I'll say it's maple bacon eve and people freak out.
And all their donuts are fresh and they like change it up every day, but the plain glaze is my favorite.
We also do grilled cheeses with some local cheeses as well in the afternoon. But yeah, it's funny because we have a really limited fridge space just because the kitchen's so small. But yeah, I always felt like in terms of business, like you don't want to diversify. Any way that you can help out local business, whether it's artists or farmers or coffee roasters, whoever it is, I think that's, it's great for Lexington, it's great for local economy.
Just trying to be a neighbor in the community.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Yeah, some of the art and even our logo was designed by the artist that's next door to
really?
us.
That's
Yeah.
so
Recently, North Lime has been making movements towards going green.
All of our cups are compostable. All of our lids are compostable. And there's a little local business up the street called Seed Leaf. We're partnering with them this month. And then really just, it's just being mindful of what we're doing. I essentially, if Lexington city government would allow it, I could go to pretty much no waste outside of what people bring in. So like if someone brought in something that would be trash outside of what we use here, we wouldn't have waste. We can recycle everything that we use here or compost it. And then also, we keep all of our espresso grounds. They're really rich in nitrogen, so you can use that for your garden. But yeah, there's lots of little things that we're working on. But the only thing we really need from Lexington are the Lenny lawn waste. Have you seen those? Like the big brown trash cans? Like you can put yard waste and compostable stuff in there. So if we could have that as well, we could probably eliminate the trash cans that we have out.
Farther than I would like from campus, but I make the effort to come here just because their donuts and coffee are so good.
Yeah, we were looking at a bunch of different spots, and we knew this area was kind of making a resurgence. When I was it makes me sound like an old man. When I was in college, but when I was in college, you didn't like drive down through here, like it was scary. So we were looking around like Jefferson and a couple of different places, but everything was so expensive. And then Heidi and her husband were actually going to see one of their friends play music at Al's Bar, and just happened to walk by and saw a for lease sign.
looks like the perfect
Yeah,
spot.
and so we started talking about it, and we met the landlord and met some of the other local business owners around the neighborhood, and we felt like this was going to be a great spot for us. And hopefully added a lot to the neighborhood.
And it seems like it was.
North Lime's atmosphere is described as homey to their customers, and it also features an outdoor patio, which occasionally has live music.
Like, go out on the patio.
Well, yeah, it's really cool that. It's really cool that Chad, our landlord, we'd seen a bunch of different projects that he had done, and they all have a kind of a similar feel. So when he agreed to rent us this space, what we liked that he did was like a lot of the stuff is all reclaimed pieces. So
Antique pieces.
well, yeah, it's like the stairwell there and the beam that goes over top of the bar. That's all from a shotgun house that had been torn down. The door itself and the gutter outside are from a house that was built in the 1860s. Again, it was being renovated or torn down. The espresso bar top and then the customer bar top over in that corner, that was from a cherry tree that had fallen down during the last ice storm. So like a lot of the stuff we had already had or used, and my grandfather made these tables out of. I would guess, I would guess so. I
Maybe
think,
not on the pastry side though.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, the Starbucks pastries are frozen. So. Yes, yeah.
You would say that?
Yeah, I would guess so. I
Maybe
think,
not on the pastry side though.
Yeah, probably not. Yeah, the Starbucks pastries are frozen. So yeah, that's. I would say they're probably our main competitor. They're the ones I would say that pay the most attention to quality control, which a lot of sadly a lot of local coffee places don't care about too much. So yeah, I would say they're probably our. It's our coffee's always roasted within the last week to 10 days. So coffee really hits its peak flavor in the 4th day, 5th day, 6th day, right around there. Our coffee's always roasted within the last week to 10 days. So coffee really hits its peak flavor in the 4th day, 5th day, 6th day, right around there. you know, a lot of the coffee bags or beans that you buy at Starbucks or you're picking up, you know, it's been roasted a month ago, 2 months ago, several months ago. But they do take care of it in that they put it in a opaque bag with a one-way valve on it, just like we do here. But yeah, I would say like ours is a lot fresher. And again, it's all local. And I think it tastes better. I think the flavor profiles that Nathan creates are more diversified. They don't all tend to lean towards one roast profile. He relies a lot on different people's tastes. So like he may get a new coffee in, roast it 7 different ways, bring it in, and instead of what he thinks is the best, he'll let customers and other people that are concerned with coffee or excited about coffee actually try it and see like what our opinions are. And
So your guys' variety is inspired by your customers?
yeah, and that's what it should be, you know.
Yeah.
That's,
As
you
long
know,
as I'm in
if you're selling
Lexington,
to someone, you should make sure that they like it first. So yeah, that's a and you know, then on the pastry side, you know, obviously our donuts are
Yeah.
pretty awesome.
Well,
Yeah.
Well,